Hey guys, Korwa Eden here. I want you to picture the end of the world in your head right now. What do you see? Military drones in the distance? A meteor crashing into Earth? Mio Honda stepping on all of humanity? Or do you see a cast of lovable anime girls? If you're a degenerate like me, you will see anime girls. And in the subject of today's video, you will. This video will contain light spoilers for a few episodes of Gakkou Gurashi and a few episodes of Girls' Last Tour, so keep that in mind. But what makes these two anime so interesting to me is the unique way they tackle what should be a depressing and nihilistic story in a mostly upbeat way, in a way that inspires hope from where there should be darkness. What is that darkness, you may ask? Well, in the case of Gakkou Gurashi, the darkness and looming threat is the apocalyptic world they face. Due to what is most likely some sort of chemical weapon, the vast majority of people have become zombies. And now we follow these four students: Yuki, Kurumi, Yuri, and Miki. The main girl of the bunch, Yuki, being delusional of the apocalypse entirely, becomes a certain sense of humanity to the group that they latch onto. At their side is their teacher, Megune, as they attempt to live their lives in what is still an enjoyable way through the school living club. The club's activities are pretty easy, as you could assume. They consist of living, but the emphasis the club brings towards the story and the positive effect its concept has on the girls is what makes it important. The darkness in the case of Girls' Last Tour, on the other hand, is this sci-fi, urban, war-struck, apocalyptic mess of a landscape. Society at whatever point in time had some grand calamity, leaving very few people and resources left. The story follows Chito and Yuri as they climb this landscape in hopes there will be other people at the top. They learn a lot from each other and have a great relationship even through their contrasting ideologies, almost as if to mock their predecessors who left the world in the shape it's in today. You don't have to be some sort of super genius to see the parallels. These are both apocalyptic anime that offer a different, more light-hearted and hopeful tone to the genre. But you may wonder, what is it that this lighter tone is trying to depict? A lot of people like to say that Gakkou Gurashi backtracks after episode 1 because of how it goes back to being just simply a slice of life. Girls' Last Tour never focuses on how this society became the way it became, why everything is in rumbles. Does this mean Girls' Last Tour is avoiding its premise? Well, the simple reason behind all of this is that this is exactly what it's trying not to do. A good example of what I'm trying to say in Gakkou Gurashi can be equated to the initial character arc of Miki. In episode 4, we get this terribly tragic backstory, showing what her life consisted of prior to the main crew picking her up from the mall and what they considered a field trip. At the time, she was accompanied by her best friend Kei, locked up in a storage room, letting the days pass with uneventful day after uneventful day. Miki would read the same book over and over. Kei would listen to the same CD over and over. This dull life was practically torture, and over time it formed an eventual clash between the two. Kei, losing hope and wanting to face reality, argued they should leave the room and look for help. Ultimately, it results in Kei leaving in the middle of the night one night, never to be seen again. What's important here is the foundation of Miki's character. She was once a hopeful person who could hold on to distant ideas of happiness, but ended up being punished emotionally for those ideas. So when she comes across this group that is using Yuki's delusions as the foundation of their club and their group's happiness, you can understand why she thinks it's kind of disgusting. Aren't you doing Yuki a disservice by playing along with her delusions? Why not just let Yuki take the red pill and face the situation head on? What Miki is saying is not necessarily wrong. She brings up a good question with no definitive answer, but I think the way Gakkou Gurashi answers it is what makes the anime so unique.
なんでだろう。ユキ先輩もあんなに変だと思ってたのに、今は二人がいてよかった気がする。部屋に閉じこもって生きていればそれでいいの？そうだ、あの頃の私たちはただ死んでないだけだった。ま、ユキと暮らすと退屈しないよな。賑やかよね。あなたは思ったよりすごい先輩です。すごいです。すごいのです。
And in the case of Girls' Last Tour, I'd point towards an episode where Chito and Yuri come across an older woman, a woman who is working towards flight. By the time we meet her, she spent months, possibly years, studying various schematics, gathering hundreds of individual parts, putting them together in hopes of flying off to find a future where humanity still exists. Chito and Yuri happen to come across her in the tail end of her creation. They help fill in the final screws and prepare her for takeoff. After flying less than a minute, the plane falls apart and she ejects. But what I find most interesting about this moment is how she doesn't seem frustrated or upset. She smiles. The way she smiles seems like she was just happy to get the chance to meet Chito and Yuri so someone would witness her take off. That she was glad just to finish the plane. She was glad just to have the chance to fly, even if it was just for such a short amount of time. What I believe the message that both of these anime share is to focus on the positive parts of life, even when met with the most extreme negatives that could be offered. Yes, we're in a zombie apocalypse, but what good does it do exactly to just focus on surviving day by day? Why shouldn't we take a walk of courage, go on a field trip, have a pool party, and celebrate graduation? Does it really seem sane to let the idea of an apocalypse stop us from enjoying ourselves? Yes, society is gone. Food is scarce. Winter is cold. The world is desolate. Does that mean we aren't allowed to smile on our journey to the top? Does it mean we can't take appreciation for the beautiful things still left in this world? Can we not map the world around us? Enjoy a light show? Take flight? Gakkou Gurashi and Girls Last Tour are two of my favorite anime for a countless list of reasons, but this main reason is by far one of the biggest. The idea that both of these anime portray hope like no other, that even in the darkest of moments, there is light to be found. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you want to support what I do, you can like the video, follow me on Twitter, join Discord, and maybe drop a couple bones on Patreon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye!